Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. Have you seen the wonderful Christmas and holiday decorations over at my community at Facebook, which is public, so you can come as a visitor and see them? Oh my goodness, you have outdone yourselves. We've seen the beautiful decorations inside your home, outside your homes, in your towns, special displays. It's just gorgeous. Night lights and beautiful twinkle lights. Ah, so much fun. We're doing this through Christmas Day. That's good. Usually there's a day or two which are heavier, like the first day. Then lightens up a little bit, but it's so much fun. You can share. People shared their quilts, more Christmas quilts than we've seen in a while. So nice. You're just wonderful. So much great decorations. Okay, on the calendar. On the calendar it says Movie Marathon Day, because this is actually official movie marathon day in the world. So I thought we should hear about your favorite holiday movies. Now, I did ask this on my personal page at Facebook the other day. I'm like, favorite holiday movie, go. So we got a wide range, including Die Hard. I'm like, okay, those of you who mentioned that, Karen started it, and I'm like, really? But apparently it took place in December, the movie, so people considered it a Christmas movie. One of my friends was a Sue who said that her husband has Die Hard is a Christmas movie on the t-shirt. So my friend Monica, no, it's not Monica, I'm sorry, Monique Jacobs, that's who I check. Which friend? Monique said 8-Bit. 8-Bit is a brand new movie, and it's all about sort of the Nintendo phase in the 80s when that all came out, and the little kids wanting it for, the preteens wanting it for Christmas, and I guess it's a dad telling the story to his kids now. And I watched the trailer for it, which was a riot. Now, I was not the age to want one in the early 80s because I was married and working, but of course I knew about the games, and I have a brother who's 12 years younger than me. So I did hear a lot of different things about it, even though I didn't live near him. So I thought that would be a great one to get hold of. I think it's brand new, so it might just be in the movie theaters. I'm not sure. You'll have to look it up, since I'm not an expert on movies. But another favorite of mine, I like the classic White Christmas. It's just a classic, and I really like it, and I like, that it's the music and sort of just the whole thing about it. But there is a ton of different Christmas movies that you all love. I need to watch The Grinch That Stole Christmas again. It has been years and years since I watched that one, so I really need to watch that one. So down below in the comments today, leave your favorite holiday movie. Let's just see what we got. And I'll put a link in the description box over to the ones at my Facebook page. So if you want to take a look there, you can. Okay, so all the trimmings. Yes, all the quilting. Oh, I'm not going to pull it down. So all the quilting is done. There we go. So it is quilted. Yes, the stack of 3. So there you go. I've got the wave stitch the whole way across. And I really like how that looks. It just gives it a nice little touch. I have got the hanging sleeve, and it's binding. So I am ready to put the binding on that one. The other one, that's the summer soiree, I have its binding done. I have the hanging sleeve and the label already on that. So those are the 2 that are here. Then I went to look to see how many other quilts need binding, because that it has been a problem for me to get the bindings on some that are just really been around for a long time. They're much older. They're just sitting there. I've just never done the binding. There's now a dozen of them. These two plus a dozen more, plus 12 more. So I have 14 total, which is not bad. I can kick those out. I can get those babies done. Then I will move on to thinking about quilt tops. Which tops keep, which might I want to quilt up to be able to give away, that kind of a thing. Okay, speaking of giving away, yes, I did. I went and gave the quilt to my friend that owns the local restaurant, the local Italian restaurant here in my plaza, which is called Lucia's. Her name is Stacy, and so what I went in. So I told Stacy the one day when I went to pick up lunch, and I said, "Will you be here in the afternoon, like around 2 o'clock? And I want to show you something." So I didn't want to tell her I want to give her something. I want to show her something. So she said, yeah, she would be there. So I came in and she went behind the counter because she had been out somewhere else. I'm like, no, come out around the counter. I said, actually, I have something to give you. So I opened the bag and I gave her the quilt. First I opened it up and showed her to her, and she, was very surprised. It was, I would think most people would be, because it's not something they expect me to be giving to them, because she doesn't even know what I do. She knows I own my own business, but we've never talked about what that is, because I'm usually there just picking up lunch that I ordered, so it's like I always called it in. We don't have a lot of time to chit chat, or we chat about the open stores and what'll go in the plaza. So she has 3 kids. Did I tell you that before? Yes. So she's a busy lady with running a restaurant and a family, and her husband and works too, that in a different business. So, they're busy, they have a busy life. And so she was very touched. But here's the kicker. Here's the fun part. Here is the stardust that happens sometimes when you do something and you do not expect things. Things happen that you don't expect. So when I handed it to her, she looked at the stitching on it and she goes, "Oh, do you have one of those machines?" And I'm like thinking, oh, she must know what a long arm is. She must know quilters. So I'm like, "Do you quilt?" And she's like, no, but my mom does. So I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Now, I live in a county of 1.2 million people. Let me say that again, 1.2 million people in my county, and more around. So we're a very highly populated area. So she says, "Do you know my mom?" And there could be a good likelihood I would, because we have guilds, and if she were in the guild, I might know her, but I haven't been in the guild for a long time because I traveled so much. So she told me her mom's name, and I'm like, I didn't recognize the name. And then she says to me, "She used to work in Ginny Byer's shop." And I'm like, okay. Because Ginny Byer, who was a well-known quilter, for those who've never heard of Ginny Byer, she was probably one of the first celebrity quilters, and she lives here just in the next town over. And she has an online store, and then for a while she had a physical store, and now she's just back to just an online store. But anyways, Stacy's mom worked for Ginny Byer. So I contacted a couple of my local friends and said, "Do any of you know the staff at Ginny Byer's? Do any of you know any of them that have a very Italian last name? Maybe starting with, I don't know, it just sounded very Italian." So one of my friends wrote back, they go, "Is it Judy?" And she spelled out her long Italian last name. And I said, that must be it. So I went to her Facebook page, and there was a picture of Stacy's wedding. I'm like, well, yep, that must be Stacy's mom. So I'm very excited, because Stacy said, well, she'll have to get her mom to come to the shop sometime, to the restaurant, and so I can meet her and say hello. I've met Stacy's dad several times. Her dad, who runs the business too, is part of the business, is there more often for things. But I don't know that I've ever met her mother. So this was so exciting to meet. I'll meet a new quilter that will be really fun, But never in a million years would I have thought that. Like, what a small world, which is my favorite Disney thing. It's a small world, and it really is, especially when it comes to quilters. Oh my goodness! So that was super fun. Okay, what do I got? I want to show you a couple of things. One is I got a tip from Robin about trimming those half square triangles at a size that's odd, like in between the normal. She showed me that on the ruler that I like, there's actually on the one side there are more markings. It's not the side I usually use, so I didn't ever notice them because I rarely use that side. I always use the 1/2 inch because I'm doing a 2.5 inch square or a 1.5 inch square. But in the whole side, let me show you this. And I'm going to scoot in so that you can see. So on the side here, there we go. See all these extra markings? But if I'm on the 1/2 inch side, see there's no extra markings here. But on the full inch side, there are all these extra markings, which means I can take, see the tin? Look how cute this is in the tin. I have all of those half squares. Isn't this perfect? I am so excited. It's the little things. It's adorable, and they're all in here. So I did a test. So basically, I can trim these half square triangle units to 1 3/4 using my favorite ruler. So I will put a link to the ruler in the description box below. But yes, so I can go through now and trim all these and then press them open. And then after that, get the centers, you know, get all these, and not just the, we'll get the centers and get the setting pieces for the shoe fly block. How cute is this? So I am thrilled. I am thrilled to know that I can do that. Here's the shoe fly block. Remember that guy? That with all the other fabrics. So this is all together now. So I can get that set up. Whoops. I also wanted to show you, I got this piece of fabric the other day because, oh my gosh, it's so cute. It has like, it's got like the cross stitch stuff. Look how cute this is. Home sweet home. It's got the phrases. Look at the kitty. I just love this. I'll link you this too because I think this would be cute for the inside of a bag. The inside of, you know, you could even just look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at that. Look at that. Like you could just cut out these images and then just make sort of a mishmash or use that flea market thing that I'm doing on the wall up there for, well, it's not on the wall right now, but when it is on the wall, the flea market fancy layout, which has the big chunks of stuff, that would be super cute to put in there. I think that's one of Lori Holt's fabrics, so I will link you below to that one. And I also have found that I got super lax on putting away the So Colorful bundles. So I have like, well, this wasn't one, but this was another bundle. I got a purple and a So Colorful purple, and I just wanted to show you that here are sort of how I do the bins. So I make sure that I've got, you know, the two sides. And I actually have good room for purple in here. Whoops. So I have two sides. This has got brown because this is all the browns I have, and these are all the purples I have, which, you know, I don't use purple or brown a ton, so it is plenty for me and what I do, but I have these two stacks that have to go in here because I was kind of lax on putting things away. And then just came in is the September one because, you know, fabric is running late. But the September one, I want to show you just real quick because it's these gorgeous orange fabrics, which I love that this particular one is less tonal. Sometimes when we have these, whoops, put it this way. Sometimes the bundles are much more tone on tone like this first piece, but this month for September's we have a lot of variety. So there is, I'm going to show you the medium. I love this sort of stripe. And this has got zippers. Those are like zippers and zipper pulls. So clever. Here's pin cushions. Look at that. I love it. And then a nice little vine that looks like Sandy Gervais drawings. And then trees. See, I love that there's this scale and variety. Ah, look at these tiny little pumpkins on here and the dots with little pumpkins. Here's some floral. That might be a Corioder. Definitely Corioder fabric. Beautiful floral. Little acorns. They are just so precious. And then these must all be the same line. There's acorns and the same flowers all together. Teeny tiny dots. I love the scale of this one. It's kind of medium scale with these swirls or these medallions kind of things and stars. And then this gorgeous plaid. So these are all wonderful fat quarters. They're all fat quarters for the So Colorful line, and there are several of those left. Still has the black. I know there's still the black, maybe a blue and the orange. So if you're looking to get some variety, they are fabulous for that. Just fabulous. Okay, so then we got a mail call. Mail call, mail call. Okay, where am I at? All right. So this is from Debbie in Nevada. Look at her sweet, sweet, sweet assistant. So nice. And she said she's a fairly new quilter, so that is wonderful to have new quilters joining us. Beautiful card from Donna in Alabama, and she sent me yummy Starbucks. Thank you, Donna. And of course, coffees are on you right now. So I went over to get this today before I did the video. Also, Gail sent a beautiful card and another coffee. So I get a coffee. She says, have a coffee on me. So Gail is from Missouri. I used to live in Missouri, Gail, in St. Louis area. So this is then from Doris in Tennessee. Look how cute they are. And Doris sent me some cards as well because she must want me to have more chicken out there. So I've got Yummy to go to Burger King and get those King chickens that Greg and I like, and a Chick-fil-A and an Amazon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being so generous and so thoughtful to think of Greg and I. We just love it. Love having you as our community. So, okay, we have just a couple more days for the holidays. I am trying to wear holiday shirts. I don't actually have that many holiday shirts. So I think I have for the next couple of days to wear something red, maybe be red, everything red. So I love you. Mwah. See you online.